Recording.
Welcome to this virtual community meeting to discuss NPA 2023-0028.01. Please let us know who is here by typing your name and organization in the chat box. Please mute your microphone if you're joining by phone, and please turn off your video if you're participating online to save bandwidth. This meeting is being recorded and will be publicly posted to the publicinput.com/neighborhood plan amendment cases website. If you do not want your image viewed publicly, please turn off your camera. So as you know, this property is in the Heritage Hills, Windsor Hills Combined Neighborhood Planning Area, the Heritage Hills sub-area of the combined plan. Mark Walters is the meeting facilitator tonight. My name is Maureen Meredith. I am the Plan Amendment Case Manager, and Jonathan Tomko is the Zoning Case Manager. The agenda tonight will go over basic case information, guidelines for group discussion, how to participate in this process, why is there a plan amendment application, what is a future land use map, also called a FLUM. I'll do a brief presentation. The applicant will then provide any additional information, and then we will go to the Q&A session. The property address is 1200 East Anderson Lane, is 3.57 acres. The plan amendment case number is NPA 2023-0028.01. The project name is 1200 Anderson. The FLUM request is industry to mixed use. At this time, there's no associated zoning case application, but I understand there will be one filed fairly soon. When the zoning case application is filed, the zoning request will be to change the zoning from LINP, that's Limited Industrial District Neighborhood Plan, to CSMUNP, which is General Commercial Services District, Mixed Use Combining District Neighborhood Plan for a multifamily development. The property owner applicant is Centennial Austin 1 LLC, and the agent is Dennis Cisterna. Guidelines group discussion. Please feel free to type your questions into the chat at any time during this meeting. Please postpone general comments during the Q&A session, and then after staff and applicant presentations, if you would like to speak, please raise your hand by clicking on the hand symbol on the menu bar. Telephone participants will be able to speak during the Q&A session of the meeting. We will call out the last 4 digits of your phone number. Attendees will be muted upon arrival and through the staff and applicant presentations. Then staff will open the floor to answer any questions in the chat or by attendees raising their hands to speak. Similar questions may be grouped and answered together. Please mute your microphone when you're not speaking for the sake of sound quality and clarity of conversation. If you're having connection issues, turn off your video until called upon to ask your question, and we ask that you be respectful to each other during this discussion. As I mentioned, the meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the publicinput.com neighborhood plan amendment cases website. You can email or call me or Jonathan anytime with any questions or comments that you have. If you provide written comments, they will be included in the staff case reports. You will get a notice in the mail of the date and time of the Planning Commission and City Council hearings. If you live within 500 feet of the property, you'll get this notice in the mail, and it will have instructions on how to participate in the meetings virtually and in person. So why is there a plan amendment? Neighborhood plans are adopted by City Council as amendments to the Imagine Austin Comprehensive Plan. City Charter requires zoning changes to be consistent with the comprehensive plan. And most neighborhood plan amendments are amendments to a plan's future land use map. And most neighborhood plan amendment cases have an associated zoning application. This map shows the areas that have City Council approved neighborhood plans. Those are shown in blue. City Council approved neighborhood plans include a plan document that have the vision and goals. And most of the planning areas have a future land use map where the map shows colors that represent broad land uses. For example, this site at the bottom of the screen is shown in purple, and that is the existing land use of industry. And the proposed land use is mixed use, which is the brown color. This map shows a property kind of close in where you can see the purple is industry. The red on the map indicates commercial and the brown mixed use. And at the top right of the screen, you can see pink, and that color represents office land use. Again, this is a future land use map with the aerial photo underneath showing some of the building footprints. The zoning map of the property shows the current zoning is LINP, which is the limited industrial district. To the right of the property in red is GRNP, and those properties are zoned community commercial. To the left on the screen is the CH, and that's commercial highway zoning. And to the north of that is the GRCO, which is a community commercial with a conditional overlay, and that is the Walmart site. Again, an aerial photo of the property. And this is the aerial photo with the Google Maps that shows some of the surrounding uses, which you can see the Walmart Supercenter to the north. You can see sort of the industrial area to the top right of the screen, Luby's, Wendy's along US Highway 183, the apartment complex directly to the west. This is a screenshot of the property, the view from Anderson Lane. This is the Imagine Austin Growth Concept Map, and these colors on the map represent regional centers, town centers, neighborhood centers, and activity corridors. So this property is just on the edge of the Cameron and 183 Job Center, which is that circle in purple. To the south, you can see in orange the regional center of the Highland Mall Station. And Cameron Road is the road with the white and brown stripes on it. That shows that Cameron Road is an activity corridor. This map shows a property in proximity to public transportation. You can see some along Cameron Road, Rutherford Lane, and around the Norwood Park Boulevard, where the apartment complex and Walmart. So that ends my presentation. And we can go to the applicant.
Thank you, Maureen. Thanks for having me. To basically summarize, Sentinel Net Lease has owned the property for a little over 18 months. We bought it when the Higher Education Coordinating Board was occupying the property, although sparsely during COVID. They've since vacated the building. We have looked to renovate the building as an office building, but in a post-COVID environment, office demand is much softer. And in an effort to make sure the area doesn't become blighted because the property is vacant. Unfortunately, we've already had 2 break-ins on the property, resulting in over $1 million of damages. We're looking to rezone the property so that we can take advantage of some of the neighborhood plan amendments in place and some of the zoning designations that would lead us to more favorable potential redevelopments of the site that would include mixed use, specifically for multifamily. So we think that's really ultimately the highest and best use for the site. We know the city of Austin needs more housing, and we think this site is a great fit for a neighborhood plan amendment.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Since there is no one from the community in attendance, Maureen, could you put up your contact information and we can end very early?
Yes, here we go.
So anybody watching this wants to contact Maureen or Jonathan, here's their contact information. We'll leave it up for a second so you can write it down. And with that, I'd like to call it a night and get back to our lives.